This is the Chrissy Swan Show.
Well, hello. I'm just tucking into a free tray of chopped fruit that I scored from the kitchen fridge.
Delicious, Swanee. I felt like some fruit today.
Yes, I will share them. I'm sorry, I've really made a piggy of myself.
No, I
that.
got a little bit.
My phone has been blowing up.
Why?
Because I think that this Olivia Rodrigo situation is Taylor Swift tickets Mark II.
Oh.
People are missing out. There's a lot of pressure from kids to mothers. It's the same thing again.
I have seen a few DMs begging us for tickets.
I mean, look, we don't have any.
We don't. I mean, we do today in the bum bag after 3 p.m. in Chrissy's Quizzy, but you've just got to call when we say to call.
I just don't remember in my day it being this hard. Anyway, huge couple of hours we've got for you. Taste.com.au is next, where I go through the nonsensical reviews that people leave on recipes that they purposefully muck up.
It's a fantastic segment. We're going to do that next. And also, there's $1,000 cash to be won before 4 o'clock in Chrissy's base camp. Make sure you've registered via the Nova Player app.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's do this.
Chrissy's Taste.com. You made it wrong. The strawberry doesn't go in the fish risotto. In Taste.com.
Oh, yes, I've been trawling my favourite recipe website, taste.com.au.
Swanee, on the topic of food, can we jump on Taste and find a recipe with passion fruit in it? Because the scent of that passion fruit you are eating has just lightened my love for passion fruit.
I know, and you know what? I think they're in season or something because I bought a big bag for $1 each. So they're worth looking into.
Yum.
Yes, I will bring in some passion fruits for you. Anyway, great recipes on taste.com.au. We don't need to tell you that, but even greater are the reviews from people that switch out ingredients or cook it half the time it's supposed to cook for, and then leave a scathing review even though it was all their fault. Let's start here on a choc peppermint slice. A review by Elvin Hart 99. Terrible recipe. While this was cooling on my kitchen bench, my husband asked why the lasagna had a green tint to it.
It's wicked themed, mate.
But it's a peppermint slice. Of course it's going to be green.
Correct. A lasagna, though. That's hilarious.
Can you imagine me living with a man that I was making a peppermint slice and he came out and said, why is the lasagna green?
It would end up on his face.
I would be like,
smeared.
Are you all right?
Get out.
Clearly a slice.
Moron.
All right, let's move on to this one. This is almost an essay. Lemon syrup baked custard. It's been given 2 stars by Rank Amateur.
It looks rich, Swan. Ooh, I don't know if I'd like that.
He says, while I rated it 2 out of 5 as a matter of pride, my wife suggested that was generous. I mean, 7 points already, 10 points for giving it a go in the kitchen and trying to have a crack at a lemon syrup baked custard. That's what I say. He goes on to say, despite claiming that the recipe is so named to reflect its idiot-proofness, I assure you it met its match with me. This man's a beautiful writer. He put in too much milk, right? And then he says, at 55 minutes, I had a browning top and a base that was wetter than a month of Sundays on the East Coast.
He's quite poetic.
Very poetic. At 1:05, I had a slice I'll call the Peter Dutton. Bronzed on top, a little hard-edged, but really rather soft underneath it all. I will try again, though, and I will drop 1/3 of the milk. Couldn't be any worse, and this is how he ends it. I am now faced with 2 plastic containers of the stuff, and only my wife and I to get through it. We like where we live, so we won't be sharing it with the neighbours. So funny.
Within a minute of you reading that, I've created a full narrative of him and his life.
I love it. Just him and his wife pootling around the kitchen. It sounds like heaven.
Double bay or something with no kids.
Yes. What about this one? Hearty beef casserole. I'm really in the mood for one of these too, by the way, so I might clip this recipe and try it later. 2 stars, says user blah, 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 blah. If you change all the quantities and ingredients, then it becomes a nice little casserole. If you keep them as is, it's just food. Wasn't an exciting meal, but it fed us. I'm going to call that a win.
Seriously.
If something comes out and it's edible, bang, dinner done.
Also, a casserole's not super exciting or like lavish anyway. What do you expect? It is just food. A casserole is just food.
It is just food, but how delicious is a casserole with some mash or some rice? Yum. And let's finish with these Impossible lemon bars. I want to take you through a couple of the key ingredients here. 1 cup of white sugar. That's a lot.
That means it's yum.
Yes, and like half of one of those sticks of butter, right?
Right,
so
okay.
2 of the best.
A sometimes food, if you will.
Yes. Wes says, my wife and I are both diabetics. So we probably shouldn't be eating food like this.
No, you shouldn't, Wes.
But I bet it was delicious, Wes.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Need a doctor today? Skip the waiting room. Speak to an Instant Scripts doctor online. Visit instantscripts.com.au. Managing your health made easy with Priceline Pharmacy.
Learn more at priceline.com.au. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Socceroos star Jackson Irvine. I admit I had never heard of him until this article.
Nor had I, Swan. But I've done some Insta stalking and he looks like a vibe. He looks cool.
He does look like a vibe. He's got that cool sort of moustache, tat, crazy sunglasses thing going on.
He kind of reminds me of Fisher. You know the DJ with those wild sunglasses?
Yes.
That sort of energy.
Yeah, he looks really cool. And his girlfriend, fiancée, now wife,
Yes.
they have actually finally tied the knot. She looks really cool and progressive as well.
Yeah.
But here's the story. They were due to be married in a European city. I think it's where she's from.
Denmark.
Jamila Pure. And they had to go to like the registry office, the equivalent of the registry office. And that was all fine. He had a 2-day bender before the wedding, which, I mean, the jury's out as to whether he should have been doing that. I would have been very upset.
I get where you're coming from, Swan, but his team had just won on the Sunday, a pretty, like, from what I understand, important
Okay, I'll allow it.
soccer game or match. So
I'll
I guess
allow it.
you're going to get carried away.
Yes, absolutely.
Like, you know, you can't not.
And in fairness to him, even though he was going pretty hard with his teammates, he did turn up to the registry office in Denmark to marry his girlfriend.
The fumes that would have been coming off of him.
Oh, my
that
God.
Government official and his fiancée must have been like, mate.
I wonder if he did, like, there would have been a plan to go from the airport to the hotel and get dressed.
Yeah.
You know, it's fancy. It's a wedding.
Yeah.
I wonder if he just came straight in his runners and...
Straight from the
Yeah.
sesh.
Anyway, he would have absolutely stunk. Like, keep a naked flame away from him. He's turned up. Yes, honey, I've made it. You know, I'm a good boy. He didn't bring his passport, and you cannot get married in that city, in that building, without a passport.
Oh, that's grim.
And so she presumably would have been all dressed up and ready to go.
To be fair, right, I'm not saying this is her responsibility, but had she known, like if I had a boyfriend and I'd known that he'd been on a 2-day sesh, I would have maybe said...
You would have had it in your bum bag? you reckon?
Yeah. Or I would have said to him, hey, have you got it? I just think knowing the headspace you're in those 2 days, you're not thinking of your passport. So I would have grabbed it for him.
Yeah, I think that should have been her job. You're absolutely right. But it's got us thinking. Have you cancelled your wedding and why? We want stories of benders, stories of cold feet, stories of finding out stuff about the person you're supposed to marry.
And in good news, these two did eventually get married.
Yes,
We
and
love
it
that.
looked beautiful and casual and cool as heck.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're talking about cancelled weddings. A Socceroo came fresh from a 2-day bender. In fairness, he had won something, and that's a big deal to people that play sport.
Yes. It's a big deal to people that play sport.
Anyway, very bad timing to have his wedding in Denmark 2 days after a very big game. Anyway, forgot his passport, couldn't get married. His wife now was not angry.
No, she seems really cool.
I can tell that
Yeah.
she's not angry. She's like, wedding cancelled, party still going on tonight, of course, which is really often the reason that people get married is to have the party.
Right? And that's the way to go about it. Don't be mad at him. That won't fix or solve
That
anything.
is not good. 13, 24, 10. When have you had to cancel your wedding? Samantha, you did, and this is very romantic.
Yeah, it has a good ending, so that's always helpful.
Tell me what happened. How long had you been going out with the man that you met at the altar?
About about a year and a half.
Right, and that's quite a quick wedding.
It was, and we were very young, about 18 and 20.
Ooh.
Right, and then the big day is looming. Did you get to the big day?
2 months before the big day, I cancelled everything, broke up with him, everything.
Oh
Why?
my God, why?
I realised I was in love with someone else, and I didn't know if he liked me that way or if he even cared about me, but I couldn't go ahead in good consciousness knowing I had such strong feelings for someone else.
Did you say that to the man that you
Oh,
were
God,
about
no.
to marry? No, God, no.
I just said it wasn't working out, that, I didn't feel...
It didn't feel
Like,
right. in the
Samantha,
guts.
it's really brave to then go and tell the other person you're in love with them. How
Yeah.
did they respond?
I didn't.
What did they
I didn't. I told them that I cancelled my wedding, and we just started hanging out more.
Oh.
And 6 months later, we got together, and we have been together for 14 years now, and we got married 10 years ago.
And please tell me the first guy
sorry, we
did...
got married 4 years ago.
Did
Not-
the first guy whose heart you clearly tore out of his chest and stomped on, did he
Yeah, I
have a
did.
happy ending too?
He ended up getting married and having a kid with someone else. I know they broke up after that because I got a message, but
He's a dud anyway. Don't worry about it.
Oh, it's so sad. Okay, let's go to Anon. Hello, Anon.
Hi, Chrissy. How are you?
I mean, straight away, if your name's Anon, your story is juicy. What happened?
Look, it's really not that juicy. But anyway, no, we had planned the wedding. Invites went out. Venue was booked. Plane tickets were booked. We had a whole lot of family and friends that were going to go all the way over to Fiji. And one day we just sat down, had a conversation, and he was like, well, I don't want a wedding. And I was like, well, I don't want a wedding. So we were kind of just both doing it because we thought each other wanted a wedding. And yeah, we just decided, no, we're not going to have a wedding. Decided to go to Seychelles and elope ourselves, just the two of us. And yeah,
Oh, and you're still married.
still married, 9 years later, 2 kids.
And Non, why didn't you have this conversation before booking everything though on the flights? Like, what? Do you know what I mean? Why did?
We did, but I think as all the planning went by and the guest list came and mother-in-laws, started
okay.
adding their 2 cents, it was
Too much.
there was just-
Please tell me that after your ceremony in the Seychelles, you found out that he was already married to 3 other women with 7 kids, because otherwise, why are we calling you Anon?
Legit.
It's normally...
Maybe it's kids I don't know about.
Oh. All right, let's finish with you, Leon. Hi, Leon.
Hey, how you going?
Good. What happened?
Yes, I was working. I do weddings, so I was working at a wedding. I came there, rocked up, had all my gear ready. 1 hour before they walk in, usually the couple, you know what I mean? Then straight, like everyone's there, probably about 600 people. It was a big wedding, you know? And then the owner comes up to me. He goes, "Mate, like, go pack up, go home." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "The wedding's cancelled. Apparently, the groom got arrested, and the MC had to announce it, like, to everyone inside the room." He got arrested. I don't know what for, but it was at the house before they even left. You know what I mean?
Oh, my
So
God.
the food was ready. Everyone was there. Everyone was dressed up, and everyone just was like, what's going on? Like
Everyone should have just stayed there and had the party. No one cares if there's a bride or groom there.
And also, the cops should have waited right until he was walking down the aisle just to give everyone a big show.
Yes.
The Chrissy Swan Show. Chrissy's Clickbait.
Sabrina Carpenter has agreed to do Saturday Night Live.
Oh, I love this.
Were you like, hey, what has she done there?
I know. I was like, what is she? I thought you were saying we're going into Sabrina. Yeah, that's awesome. I'm loving Sabrina Carpenter. I wish I had an appreciation for her when we saw Taylor at the G, because I would have sat and watched that pre-show with more intent.
Can I tell you a terrible confession?
What?
I missed her because I got there too late. I thought I was going to get there in time, but I had my times wrong, and Taylor started earlier than I thought. And
To be fair, Swanee, Taylor's the only artist I've known to go on at 7:30 p.m.
I know, and to the minute. Like, yes, I love that. I love a punctual queen.
Yeah.
Speaking of queens, the trailer for the Wicked movie has been released. It stars Ariana Grande and an actor that plays Elphaba, the green one,
Yeah.
that I don't recognise. I don't recognise her.
I didn't know her face, but I didn't know what from. Like, do you know what I mean?
She must be a musical star of some sort. And I'm delighted to tell the oldies listening that Jeff Goldblum is the wizard.
Oh, is that who that was?
Yes!
Right.
It's Jeff Goldblum.
Also, in ways like of trailer, that's a very long trailer they dropped today.
I know, and we watched every second of it.
3.5 minutes.
I'm very excited about it, but it seems a little premature given that it doesn't get released in America until Thanksgiving weekend,
That's a long time.
which is the end of November.
They've dropped it real early.
And then we get it a bit later, I think, in Australia, just a touch.
I believe we get it on November 28.
Oh, okay, so only 3 days after Thanksgiving.
Should we
There
have
you
a
go.
listen of the trailer?
Yes.
Here's some Ari Grande.
You're green.
I am.
I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not. I was promised a private suite. But thanks for asking.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz summons you to the Emerald City. Come with me.
What?
To meet the wizard.
I couldn't possibly. This is your moment. I'm coming.
See, I want to hear more singing.
Did you feel like you didn't get enough in the trailer?
Didn't get any. And this is from the musical. This isn't from the
No.
show, the movie.
Yeah.
They're holding out on me. This is my favourite song. I feel like I could kick in a jail door.
Right, so if you were running a marathon, this is what's being played.
Yes. I've got goosebumps. When I first heard it, when I was in the theatre,
Yeah.
I was like, what is happening to me? I was like crying.
Yeah, I get it. It's emotional.
And it does that thing where the music dies and it's just the voice and you're like,
Touched.
I'm dead now.
My thoughts are with Joel Creasy because the last night on Instagram, he was like, what time's the trailer dropping? When can I see it? He will be very excited today.
Yes, it is going to be. I would almost put that on a countdown in my diary. I'm
Huge.
very, very excited. Now, let's move on to my Queen and Saviour, Taylor Swift. I'm still loving Tortured Poets. I'm still loving it. It is my go-to. I just listen to that now.
Right.
It's really weird. What does she do? Someone told me very straight-faced that the reason, this is someone we know and respect.
Yeah.
They looked at me and they said, you do realise that the reason Taylor Swift is so popular is because she sold her soul to her devil just after the Red album. Just before the Red album.
Wait, what does that mean? Who's the devil? Like, to the devil?
Yes, she brokered a deal with the devil and then in return, she gets all this popularity. I'm sorry, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but that's nuts.
That is ridiculous. My housemate tries to say things like that Beyonce sold herself to the devil and that's why she's got that voice. I'm like, what are you reading and what are you listening to? That's not true.
Get off the dark web.
Correct.
For God's sake. Sophie Turner, she's been very quiet ever since her very public split from her husband Joe Jonas. Remember?
Got nasty.
Yeah, they split up and then everyone was saying, oh, where are the kids? And she was viewed as somehow less than because she was a woman. Yeah. Anyway, she has sat down and done a gorgeous interview where she talks about Taylor Swift. Sophie Turner's from Game of Thrones and other things, in case you're wondering. But she said, I was forging a new friendship with Taylor Swift at the time that my marriage broke down because Taylor actually went out for 5 minutes with Joe Jonas. Anyway, Sophie Turner says, Taylor was an absolute hero to me this year. When I found myself in New York City in September without a place to stay, can you imagine 2 little kids?
And you've just split up with your partner? Yeah, that's rough.
I reached out to Taylor in the hopes that she might know someone who was renting, and Taylor immediately offered up her place to me for free. I've never been more grateful to anyone than I am for her because she took my children and me and provided us with a home and a safe space. What a queen!
Oh, imagine the cat hair and tails apartment. Gross.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Everyone is talking about the magnificent Olivia Rodrigo and how to get tickets. I got some text messages last night from desperate women that I know that have daughters. That is a specific demographic here.
It is. I just heard from my friend Barb, who is asking the same question.
How old is Barb?
Barb, you know Barb Lucuria?
Oh, I know Barb Lucuria.
Yeah.
I've always thought it's most most lucurious to be a young woman called Barbara.
Right, and she's such a vibe, but that name, you just wouldn't pick it.
Barbara. I know another very young Barbara too. I can't get enough of it. Here is my friend. She says, hello, I need help. Olivia Rodrigo tickets. I'm going to change the name of her daughter. Bella told me not to come home if I didn't get any, especially as I couldn't get Taylor Swift tickets for her either. Any chance you have a secret Nova link for buying them that you could share? I've been at work all day on the computer and trying to work at the same time. I feel bad asking you, but I feel worse for me if I don't get Ruby any and I have to move out of home.
That is a threat her daughter has just given her.
It is, and she is fierce too.
Okay, so Swanee, you've got to head to livenation.com.au to get these tickets to the Guts World Tour, which is heading to Australia this October.
Yeah, the
Public
bad news.
tickets are on sale now.
All I can see is allocation exhausted.
But then there is the show on Monday, October 14 in Melbourne and Sydney, October 22, and it's not saying allocation exhausted, but no one can get them.
What?
It's weird.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Did someone say Olivia Rodrigo tickets?
Chrissy's Quizzy.
Absolutely the hottest tickets in town slipped into the hottest bum bag in town, the official Chrissy Swan Show bum bag. Keely, how badly do you want these tickets?
So badly. I've been a fan of her for 4 or 5 years now, and it would just mean the world to have them.
Was Driver's License the first song that really sort of brought her to our attention?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, I've been on board since the very beginning too.
I have a good vibe about this for you, Keely. You seem like you know your stuff.
I love it. Well, let's talk to Alicia. Alicia.
Hello.
Hi, what is your favourite song by Olivia?
Making the bed.
Oh, nice. I don't like to make the bed. In fact, it's my least favourite job.
Don't worry, me too.
Yeah, isn't it bad? Who would you take to the show with you?
Probably my best friend, Ruby.
Ruby. All right, girls. May the best woman win. Your names are your buzzers. It's the best of 5. Let's go. Question number 1. What was the Disney Channel series Olivia appeared on?
Alicia.
Keely.
Bizaardvark.
It is Bizaardvark. I've never heard of it.
What a name. Who was that?
Keely.
Keely, yeah.
Fantastic. Question number 2.
God, is this happening again?
Why have all of a sudden today I not been able to run Quizzy? Or this week, sorry.
Maybe you do need a full body scan like Gwyneth Paltrow had.
We'll talk about that before 4.
Question number 2. What is the difference between an upright piano and a grand piano? This is very hard.
Is it?
Yes.
Correct. You obviously are correct.
It's vertical versus horizontal hung strings. Nobody knows that.
I do. Yeah, well, that's when you learn piano, that's like they explain that to you.
I've learnt piano. Nobody's ever explained that to me. I would have said the grand piano is more flamboyant and played by men like
people.
Liberace. Yeah. Question number 3. Can you name this Olivia Rodrigo song?
I'm so obsessed with your ex.
Keely.
Keely?
Obsessed.
Yes, that is 2 to you for the win. Are you still there, Alicia? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Last one. Well, no, maybe not the last one. That was very mean of me, Alicia. Question number 4. In a business sense, what does the acronym ROI stand for? Who wrote these questions? Is it you, Tom?
Tom and I together. That's an easy one, but I appreciate for these ladies, they're a little bit young.
Here is a question for anybody listening. Who really wrote these questions? Tom Casamento, Jack Charles, or ChatGPT?
I think ChatGPT is blocked at work.
Is it?
Yeah, I don't think you can get onto ChatGPT at work.
Why not? It's great.
Alrighty, question number 5. It's 2 points to Keely. Alicia, you are not yet on the board.
The answer to that was return on investment, nerd alert. Question number 5. On yesterday's show, we spoke to the host of Channel 7's new show, Dream Home. Do you know who that is? He used to be on Channel 10.
Alicia.
Alicia?
Chris Brown.
Yes, it is the great Dr. Chris Brown.
Question number 6. This is for the win, Keely. Alicia, you've got 1 point on the board.
What is track number 1?
Alicia.
Yes, Alicia?
Oh.
Brutal.
Yes.
You're going to Olivia Rodrigo. Oh, no, you're not.
No, you're not. We've got one more.
What is wrong with me? Oh, that's really bad. I'm so sorry, Alicia.
You need to go home to bed via Macca's drive-thru.
No, that was last night.
Now,
Alrighty.
this is the tiebreaker.
I'm sweaty.
Why?
Because I stuffed that up and I feel bad, and now if Alicia doesn't get it, I've ruined her week. And we can't do what we did yesterday. There are no more tickets.
Here is the tiebreaker question. Name the arena that Olivia...
Keely.
Oh, Keely, yes.
Rod Laver Arena.
Yes, you are correct in Melbourne. Well done, Keely, and you're going to be there.
Oh my God, thank you so much. Thank you. Oh my God.
It's the tour everyone's been waiting for. Olivia Rodrigo brings the Guts Tour to Australia this October. Public tickets are on sale now. Head to livenation.com.au. Alicia, I'm so sorry. The good news is you could win 10K because you're in the draw for Nova's 10K a day in May. Thanks to Liberty. What?
I'll talk to you after this.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
But no, you're listening to the Chrissy Swan Show on Nova.
Stunning, Swan.
Thank you. Let's do this.
Swan's sweeping statements.
I got a big one today and I'm excited to say it because sometimes the truth feels amazing.
It's exhilarating.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
Okay, I'll kick it off today.
Okay. 13 24 10, by the way. We are all ears. If you haven't got something nice to say, come sit by us.
My sweeping statement is that no matter how short the flight is, i.e. Melbourne to Sydney, City to Melbourne, it is okay to recline your chair.
I agree.
Do you?
Yeah, I don't do it, but I don't judge anybody who does. The chairs are designed to recline.
Correct, thank you. And I feel like on my flight to Sydney on Tuesday night, the guy behind me got a little bit stroppy because I reclined. But guess what, mate? It's what it's there for, and I'm a paying customer.
And go fly business if you don't like it.
Yeah, true.
Not you, obviously you can't afford it. The guy that's behind you getting stroppy.
Correct. What's yours?
Mine is, this is big. Have you heard of mothers groups? Do you even know what they are?
Yeah, I've heard of them, but like...
Do you know how they happen?
Like you have to obviously have a kid.
Yeah, so if you have a baby in like... I had my first baby November 25th, 2008.
Yep.
He is now a magnificent creature that stomps up and down my hallway. But back then, he was a newborn baby, right? And so what the councils do, like I was living in a certain council... They put you in touch with 4 or 5 other mothers that had a baby the same time that you did so that you've got someone that's going through the same thing you are and you meet up and, you know, someone brings a cake and you all sit on the floor with your babies. And let me tell you, I went once. I could not wait to get out of there. Because I could not wait.
What if the mothers don't pass your own personal vibe check?
Exactly.
Like, I don't want to hang out with you, Kerry.
Yes.
Sorry, I don't care about your kid.
I don't care if baby Remy has got reflux. Janice?
Yeah, soz.
Yeah. So if you've just had a baby and you hate mothers group, you actually don't have to go. People go because they think that, you know, they're going to get their child taken off from the
It's not going to happen.
No, it's not going to happen.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Let's do this.
Swan's sweeping statements.
Yes, Jack has confessed that he will recline a seat even on a 5-minute flight.
I think for a short flight like Melbourne to Sydney, Sydney to Melbourne, it is absolutely fine to recline your chair. That's what they're there for.
Tom's very angry
Tom,
with
why are
you
you so mad at me? It's what if I can't recline the chair, tell me at the beginning of the flight.
Agreed. No, we can't hear you. Thank God.
It's absolutely ridiculous. There's no need to do that. It's an hour flight, Melbourne to Sydney, isn't it?
Do you know what? You need to stop listening to your mother.
Have some human decency and don't do it.
No, you've paid to be... Forget all this Is your mother a Catholic? Stop listening to her.
And Swanee...
You paid for your ticket. The chair reclines. You can do what you want.
Correct. Thank you, Swanee.
Yes.
And yours is that mothers groups suck.
Mothers group is so bad. And my community service announcement to you is that if you are getting that little baby in a capsule and forcing yourself to a stranger's house to talk about nipples and you don't like it, don't do it. Oh my God, this has been spelled. What is is it Ayushi?
Yes. Ayushi.
Wow, I did
Nailed
it.
that,
I did it. What is your sweeping statement?
Just to let you know, I love your show.
going out every weekend is overrated. It is okay to be in your bed and do nothing.
I agree. Do you know that on Sunday, it was Mother's Day, fair, but I didn't even have a shower. I didn't even get dressed.
Swan, that's not okay.
The sun went down and I was still in my Kmart nightie and slip-on Uggs and a dressing gown.
Did you stink?
Yes. Oh, my God. I smelled so bad, like from every corner of my personal globe.
That upsets me. Aoshi, you're in the draw for Nova's 10K a day in May.
Ryan. Hello, Ryan.
Yes, speaking.
That's how fancy people say Ryan.
Ryan.
What's your sweeping statement, Ryan?
If you don't want to be disturbed by kids or toddlers, don't go out for dinner on a Wednesday night at 5 p.m.
No, absolutely not.
So, back into this. Last night, my wife and I went out for dinner. It's on an Arj Barker type situation. Grilled, not even a fancy restaurant.
Oh, but so
and we just
good,
had
yeah.
these old people staring at us because our toddlers were being toddlers. No tantrums, but just laughing and carrying on like they do.
Well, they're just mad because before kids were allowed to leave the house, 5 p.m. was old person's territory.
That's right. Usually it's the early bird reservation.
Yeah, I always go at 5 or 5:30 p.m.
I respect that.
It's manners.
And it's a great time to go with kids. But, Ryan, do you not get then hungry again at 8 or 9 p.m? I just can't eat dinner that early.
Yeah, well, me, I'm a kind of...
Oh, you're breaking up. But I think what you're wanting to say is that's where the sesame wheats and cheese comes out. All right, Fiona, what is your sweeping statement?
Hi, guys. My sweeping statement is the only thing worth eating at McDonald's is the hot apple pie.
Fiona, this is outrageous. What?
I'd much rather go to the fish and chip shop, get a decent burger for a decent price, rather than take too much bites of something that tastes plastic.
No, it doesn't taste plastic though, Fiona. And also a burger from the fish and chip shop and a burger from McDonald's are not related. Like, it's a different family of food. Yes, they're called burgers, but they're not the same.
But then half an hour later, you're starving. It's not even
That's
worth
the best
getting
part.
McDonald's better.
That's the best part. You just go back to the drive-thru.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Welcome to my base camp.
Heroes will rise. Watch The Summit, Monday, 7:30 p.m. on 9 and 9 Now. Chrissy's Base Camp.
Oh, yeah, gather around the fire, pull up a little stool. Caitlin, I'm going to make you some damper, and we're going to talk about the personal mountains that we're climbing at the moment.
Hi there.
Hi, welcome to the show. Do you want?
Thank you.
I've brought a tin of spaghetti and cheese. I'm going to cook it in a weird little enamel pot. Would you like some?
That sounds fantastic. Thank you.
Excellent,
No,
excellent.
it doesn't. Don't lie, Caitlin.
Now, everyone is climbing their own personal mountains, just like they are on the amazing new Channel 9 show, The Summit, featuring our friend Olivia Valance.
Olympia.
Valance.
You've got Olivia Rodrigo on the brain. I get it.
I do. My
I
God,
get it.
my phone is blowing up begging for tickets. I don't have any. Now, while we are sitting around, Caitlin, tell me, what is the personal mountain that you're climbing at the moment?
Last year in March, my boyfriend got a job and moved to the UK. So we've been long distance ever since.
Oh, when was that? Sorry, you said March 2023, nearly a year and a half.
Yeah, nearly a year and a half coming up on that.
Have you thought about just calling it quits, Caitlin?
It's been a bit close a few times. I was lucky enough to get to go over in January, but I'm not going to see him again until February of next year.
Caitlin, why can't you just move over there?
That's the plan. I'm just finishing my degree at the moment, just trying to get the study done.
Can't you do it online? Everyone does stuff online. Anyway, I digress. Here is $1,000, Caitlin.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
That is a massive personal mountain that you're climbing. That $1,000 is really going to help you guys get back together.
Oh, so much. Thank you so much.
You are so welcome, Caitlin. Heroes will rise. Watch The Summit Monday, 7:30 p.m. on Channel 9 and 9 Now.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
The trailer for Wicked, the movie, has dropped today. We still have to wait till the end of November, but I think it'll be worth it.
Same, and I can't wait to hear how excited Joel Creasy will be on Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel after 4.
God, so excited.
Chrissy's clickbait.
I do love a conspiracy theory, and by I do love a conspiracy theory, I love to listen to them with a straight face and then laugh all the way home. Generally, I have never heard a conspiracy theory that makes sense to me.
Okay. I'm with you there, Swanee, because I think we're quite, what's the word?
Realistic.
We're realists. That's exactly what I was looking for, yeah.
And we actually have spoken earlier today about the Taylor Swift conspiracy that she sold her soul to the devil in order to be popular. And your housemate says that Beyonce sold her soul to the devil for the
Voice.
Wow, he's really doing some good trade there, the devil, isn't he? Well, Avril Lavigne, she was the victim of a conspiracy theory that I only found out either this year or last year. It all blurs into one. But apparently the Avril Lavigne that we know and love died in a very serious accident and was replaced by a girl that looked exactly like her called Melissa.
We've even got a name.
About 2 or 3 years into Avril Lavigne's career. She sat down on a really popular podcast
Call
Her Daddy. And they chatted about it.
There's a conspiracy theory that I'm not me. Honestly, it's not that bad. It could be worse, right? Like, I feel like I got a good one.
But is it, okay.
I don't think it's like negative.
So your name is Avril Lavigne.
Yeah.
But
I knew you half believed it.
It's the only one that makes sense to me.
It
no,
does.
I'm joking.
And the way she spoke about it though, Swanee, she wasn't being super convincing that it's not true.
No, she wasn't at all. But obviously it is untrue.
That is Avril.
God, she's got some great tunes.
She does.
Or is it Melissa that has the great tunes?
No.
I guess we'll never know.
I think it's Avril. I think Melissa came in around the girlfriend time. This is Avril, though.
Yeah. She's very, very good. All right, let's move on to Gwyneth Paltrow. She's living your dreams. She has undergone a whole body scan. Have you heard about these?
I haven't. I want to do one so bad.
They're so expensive.
They are. They're like thousands.
She's obviously done it for free because everything happens to Gwyneth Paltrow for free. But it must be very expensive if she's agreed to post in return for it, you know?
Correct, Swan. You know that there's like 5 figures involved.
Yeah, so you get into an MRI and it... Oh, God, that was the greatest 40 minutes of my life. No one could get me.
You loved it, didn't you?
I loved it.
And you were playing this?
Oh, God, I was like, when it was over, I said, I want another go. You've got to admit, does that sound relaxing to you? Or
that sounds like absolute hell. That sounds like Satan is running the machine.
Tom loves it.
I loved it.
Tom loved it too.
Yeah, I had an MRI on my head and I loved it.
See, I want one.
Are you all right? Is your head all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's all good.
It's a long, boring story, don't worry.
Okay, great. Well, Gwyneth had a body scan and you want one. What do you want it to find?
I just want to know that everything's okay.
Oh, well, you want to know that there's actually a beating heart in there, don't you?
Totally. Like, I just think it would be so good to know that you've got nothing to worry about. And how good that we live in a world where you can do prevention things like this.
No, but they're too expensive.
Yeah, true.
I love this. A mission statement on Prenuvo's website. That's the brand of the machine. You can just hear it. It's like a Tom Cruise movie.
The Kardashians did it on their show.
Oh, did they?
The Prenuvo.
At Prenuvo, we are on a mission to flip the paradigm from reactive sick care to proactive health care. You can just hear it, can't you?
Your American accent is like better than your Australian accent. I
love it.
Is
it really?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Can you say Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are up next?
Ricky Lee, Tim and Joel are up next.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.